Hey, this is Josh again, Synchronized Universe. Thank you for listening. I truly appreciate you. Today I was going to talk a little bit about the subconscious mind. Just going to give you a brief overview of about it, about what I've learned about the subconscious mind, what it is, its functions, etc. It's definitely learning about the subconscious mind is one of the things that got me started on this spiritual journey. Specifically, a book called "The Power of Your Subconscious Mind" by Dr. Joseph Murphy. It's pretty eye-opening, the different, scientific experiments that have been done on the subconscious mind, replicated over time. So first of all, let's start about, what is the subconscious mind first of all. So the subconscious part of your mind is what controls your involuntary body functions, like, breathing, your body healing itself, your heart, your heart beating, your blood flowing, all that neat stuff. So subconscious mind essentially is the builder of your body. It's, the part that you don't you don't have any control over, essentially. And you have a conscious part, and then you have the subconscious part of your mind. The conscious part is you. It's your thinking, rationalizing brain. The subconscious part of your brain is not thinking. It does not have, the ability to think for itself. It takes what you feed it and acts on it. So if you think about your conscious mind as a gardener, and you're planting seeds into your subconscious all day long with your thoughts, your actions, and eventually your subconscious will act on your habitual thought patterns and create your reality. A lot of people don't understand is that we actually have a hand in creating our own reality. You can actually bring stuff into your experience by consistently repeating it. That's the idea of manifestation. That's where it comes from. It's coming from impressing. So you're impressing an idea onto your subconscious mind. And you can do this, you can do this through self-hypnotism, essentially. And it's where you get yourself into a sleepy, drowsy state where you suspend your conscious mind and then you repeat something repeatedly. You keep doing it. You keep doing it with repetition and faith. That's the idea behind prayer. That's why when they talk about prayer, like in the Bible, for instance, it talks about praying for something as though you already have it. Because when you're asking for something, you're admitting to the universe that you don't have this item. What you want to do is pray for something as though you already have it and give thanks for that item. For instance, you want, extra money to pay your rent. It takes practice, it takes faith. You need to, consistently say something like, I am thankful for the money to pay my rent this month. I'm thankful for the money to pay my rent. It'll eventually happen. And a lot of people give up too early, or they negate their own prayers, or they, they're secretly doubting their own prayers, and that's where a lot of people fail. It's called faith for a reason. You got to be faithful. You got to keep doing. You got to keep at it. And I've definitely proven this to myself. It is difficult to do this consistently on a consistent basis. The world gets in the way. Life gets in the way. Depression gets in the way. All of these things will get in your way. And that's things that we all have to overcome. So a good example of the subconscious mind is, or how it works is like a hypnotist. So if you've ever watched videos of people doing weird stuff on stage when they've been hypnotized, it's essentially the hypnotist is giving the subconscious mind a direct suggestion, and it will act it out flawlessly. You can tell somebody that, they're a dog, and they'll act like a dog. There's literally, scientific studies that have been done where they've been able to tell the subconscious and convince it that they have a blister, and a blister will form on the arm. So this is, real verifiable data. So it can be done. And that's the whole idea behind the law of attraction. The law of attraction is, essentially comes from the subconscious mind. And we are attracting things into our experience. We're attracting people. This works for people, it works for wealth, it works for all sorts of situations. And unfortunately, it also works for the negative, which is why we're flooded with all these negative imagery all the time, because the powers that be understand psychology. They understand, everybody that's in media understands psychology on a level that they know that we are going to bring this negativity into our experience when we're watching all this nothing but, horrifyingly depressing stuff on the TV constantly repeated. We're going to continuously bring these negative experiences into our life. So the best answer to get away from that is to, first of all, turn off the TV and stop reading the news, because it's literally just negative after negative after negative now. Like, they don't even try to be positive anymore. Anyway, that's another tangent. But so there's lots of techniques to try about this. One I recommend is right before you go to sleep. Try to do it every single night. Come up with something small. Come up with, I want. You can even try wealth. Just a wealth bridge, just to have more wealth. And all you have to do is say something simply like wealth. Just repeat, wealth. Right before you go to bed. It's when you're in a drowsy state. You want to be in a pretty much close to hypnotic state. And you consistently do this. As you get better about it, it'll get easier and easier, and it works. It absolutely does work. I've used it to encounter new friends. I've used it to encounter, extra wealth. Like, the problem is just doing it on a consistent basis, and not letting the conscious mind get in the way, which is the most difficult part. So a lot of people, like for me, turning my mind off is incredibly difficult. Very difficult. It's one of the hardest things for me to do because I'm an overthinker. So there's also tricks you can do to get around that. And I'm not going to go into that today, but there's lots and lots of tools to get rid of overthinking. But in any case, so again, the subconscious mind not only controls the parts of your body, but it is also the seat of your soul. And that goes into another part. Like, not only do we have our own body that the subconscious controls, there's also what's called the mass mind, or the universal subconscious. So there's a reservoir, what they say, like when Emerson said that there's one mind common to all men, it means that there is a mass consciousness, not just our individual consciousness, but there is a mass consciousness as well. Some call it the mass mind, some call it the universal consciousness. And this is stuff that you can tap. So you can actually tap this reservoir of literally infinite intelligence. And you can get new ideas, you can get answers to your problems. So one way to do this is to go to sleep asking for or accepting the answer, because you don't want to ask for it, you want to accept the answer is yours. I'm being given a new idea for a screenplay, for instance, just to give an example. And a lot of people have used these techniques throughout the ages to get new ideas, to get, ideas for inventions, and things will come to you in your dreams. Things will come to you. Like, you have to be, when you ask for these things, you have to be receptive to get the answer as well. So a lot of times the universe or God, whoever you want to call it, will speak to you in symbology. And you have to be open and receptive to understand what's going on. So a lot of people receive information in dreams. A lot of people receive information through other people. So you might meet somebody tomorrow randomly who gives you an answer to your problem, but if you're not receptive, you're not going to get it. You have to be receptive to the answer. And it's amazing. Like, you'll start to see that the universe really is communicating with you. It really will. God really will communicate with you. God, the universe, the life principle, it will communicate with you in ways that you can't even begin to imagine. I've seen things that I can't explain, and that's what's driving all of this for me. Like, I've experienced coincidences that are just beyond words. And it's just, I know that this stuff is true, and I feel it in my heart. And that's why I'm here talking to you about it. I want to share this information. I want to get it out there. I want people to understand that we are far more than we have been led to believe. We have far more power inside of us than we've led to believe. We are not helpless. We are not powerless. And trust me, the people in control of the world do not want people to this information to be revealed. They don't. They don't want us to know that we have control over our reality. They want to keep us as dumbed down slaves. Anyway, that's all for today. So go ahead and, if you have time, go ahead and practice these techniques on the subconscious mind, impressing the subconscious mind. Again, getting yourself into a sleepy, drowsy state is the key, and then constantly repeating it day after day after day until it happens. You can even do this in a journal. A lot of people have great success in manifestation journals. That's another way of doing it. Writing down your sentence that you would like every day, writing it down is pretty powerful. Another technique is visualization, where it's the power of sustained imagination. That's like in all the Disney movies ever, where they tell you to dream about something. Keep dreaming about something. Keep dreaming about something, because when you're doing that, holding this image in your mind is going to bring it to you. If you can do it repetitively every single day, vision yourself in that house. Vision yourself selling that house. Vision yourself, getting that new car. It will happen. I promise you. Many blessings and much love and light. This is Josh with Synchronized Universe.